Alright, so now we're on the right channel. So I'm BrawL.GeeEss. It's been like a month since the last podcast. Holy crap, I'm like really bad, dude. Dudes, I'm so rusty at this shit. Like, I can't stream to like the right channels and stuff. So, I have C.Sotura, marksman for Team C. I've got C.Cow, the top laner for Team C. Katy Perry, marksman for Flipside, and GeeEss, support for Brawl. So we're just gonna speed through this. So we're talking about Swamp Thing, and Cheery was going through like really in depth, kind of like why Swamp Thing is like, kind of. I'm assuming from what you were saying, slightly underpowered.
No, that wasn't the ultimate conclusion I reached.
All
But
right.
I was saying there was a lot of things that were disappointing about it, basically because his HP scaling isn't at all in line with the other enforcers.
Right.
But that being said, he offers a lot of other uniqueness to a team composition, most notably his husks. His CC isn't like anything particularly special. Like his E in a team fight is functionally the same as like a gas joker hand.
Mm-hmm.
His Q is pretty cool and it's on like a pretty short cooldown. And his W isn't useful in combat, so he's basically like one combat spell short if you're used to playing champions that have 3 combat spells and an ultimate ability.
Mm-hmm.
But his husks offer a really interesting, unique play. A lot of people do the thing that I immediately started doing where you put a husk behind your tower so like you can recall at any time for free, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And his ability to gank with husks is like pretty good because it's like super quick. Husks are a really, really great spell, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And his ultimate is also really, really cool because it makes him virtually unkillable, and you can do a lot of unique things with that that you can't do with other enforcers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Renekton in League of Legends. If you play League of Legends, if you're familiar with Renekton, for a long time he was just really OP, basically just because he randomly got like 300 extra HP at level 6, which is retarded. And Swamp Thing does basically the same thing. So end result is that Swamp Thing ends up being a definitely playable champion in the top lane, but I don't think necessarily like the best, or maybe first tier. I don't know. It depends how far out you're willing to take first tier. But he's definitely a really good pick. And I was saying that since his damage output is really low and his need for items is like non-existent, that he'd be really good at support. And GeeEss played him at support a few times and it was pretty good.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, we've seen him in like top lane. I've seen him in jungle, and
His jungle's garbage.
Yeah, his
That's
jungle is really, really bad.
Yeah, well, it didn't impress me, but it still happened. So GeeEss, what do you think of Swamp Thing? Because I know you've played him down in the bottom lane.
I think Swamp Thing is pretty good. I think in terms of base damage on his abilities, I think it could be a little higher. But I think he's like the closest, like one of the closest champions, along with Wonder Woman, to have like really good numbers on base damages, and what every single champion should follow, because you can like kill people at level 2.
Mm-hmm.
Swamp Thing, if you play it right, the other person kind of messes up a little bit. It's something that you can capitalize off mistakes, which is something that I really like, which is why I took it to bottom, because it feels like it's really hard to capitalize off mistakes with any other champion except for like Wonder Woman and him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you often see me and Biggie like get like 2v2 kills when I play those champions.
Mm-hmm.
Not with something else, which is something that I value a lot, because it puts pressure and relieves pressure of everybody else.
Right.
But I think he's a really good top laner as well. It's just that I feel like people aren't necessarily doing it, as it should be done. Like, I think Cosmic Staff is really good on him because he doesn't have HP scaling on any of his abilities. You build Cosmic Staff and you're gonna do really good damage at any point in the game because he has so many abilities to use. Like, he can Q twice. He has his E, and I think if you auto attack with your ult on, it also applies it. So
That's a good question. I don't know.
you can literally keep the dot applied at any point in the game, and it does so much damage.
It does.
Nobody does that, which I don't know why. Like I told Tully to do it, and he's like, "Oh, I'll do it later." He never does it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. It'd be a lot like building a Tiamat on Renekton, where your ulti makes you so tanky, you don't need to be more tanky. Like buying a tank item
You just build
doesn't
that
matter.
one item, and you just go full tank after that, and you do damage at any point in the game.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's something that I really haven't seen done that often, but I think it's really OP. But
Yeah, that's probably really good.
other than that, I think Swamp Thing is really good. I think his damage could be a little higher, like base damage, but I also feel like the same for every single champion on this game, to be honest. Especially early.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Sotura, Katy Perry, do you have any thoughts on Swamp Thing?
It's pretty tanky.
I think he's good. I like playing him. I really enjoy using his Q. Like that ability is just like feels good, you know. And his kit for me is unique enough in that I like to see those kind of champions like being made where you're just like this is different. Like the W is like, and the W is like really cool. Like they're really good ability. It's just like, look, I got free teleports, man. Come at me. I think that's good. I think he's a good champion.
All right.
Also,
go ahead.
which I didn't say this the first time I was talking about him, but his base stats are like off the charts high. Like his base AD is like 10 higher than most champions. It's actually pretty silly.
But his base attack speed is probably like the lowest one I've seen. That's why he's not a good jungler.
That's true. That's
It's 0.55 at level 1. That is one auto attack every 2 seconds.
Oh man.
No.
But
Just
it
think
lets you
about
like
that.
one combo.
Just think about
That's
that.
bad.
One auto attack every 2 seconds. That's why he's a bad jungler. That's the only reason I can think of. Everything else seems like to be like fine.
Yeah.
His kid, like he can clear, but early it's impossible. He can't.
All right, so let's move on to the new champion, Hawk Girl. So Hawk Girl is supposed to be this anti-power damage bruiser. You know, she's got like some CC. She gets like power armor and power damage shield. What do you guys? Have you guys played her at all?
I haven't played her, but we Mystigen played a whole lot of Hawk Girl so that we would know whether or not Hawk Girl was good, and basically the conclusion that was reached is that probably not. I mean, Hawk Girl's a bruiser, and bruisers are like not great right now for the most part. So I didn't have high hopes. Her kit also doesn't have any sustainability, and the CC seemed kind of mediocre. And in actual practice, when Mystigen did it, he seemed to agree with all of my what I assumed initially without playing the champion. So I'm probably not gonna try out the champion. If someone like does it and it's good, I'll believe it. But I don't think it's gonna be good right now.
GS, have you like practiced with Hawk Girl at all, or?
I haven't played Hawk Girl yet, but just based on just watching people play her, the cooldown of her Q is 8 seconds flat. It doesn't like scale down or anything. So that's 8 seconds that you can use probably your only ranged ability on your kit, which is really bad in my opinion. And then your W, it's like 20 seconds of level 1 or something. That's really bad too. Like her kit feels almost like an assassin's kit because the cooldowns are so high, but they don't do enough damage to be an assassin kit, and the cooldowns are too high to be a bruiser kit. So she doesn't really stick to targets either. It feels like.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's good.
Yeah, I played her a couple times on both GD and Coast City, and like if you miss your Q, you can't get close. You have to like wait until your Q is back up to try to like stick to a target. But like if you can land the Q, you do like a fair bit of damage in like the early to mid game, but then late game it's just your ulti kind of stuns a little bit. That's about it.
Her WE seems really OP though. That's the only really good thing I see about her. Other than that, she seems like.
Is that the one that silences?
You get a silence on the E no matter what, 1 second silence, and the E cooldown is like I think 5 or 6 seconds, so that's pretty good. But if you WE, it's a 2 second silence. It's pretty good.
That 2 second silence is
pretty-
the only really good thing I see about her. Other than that, he seems like, oh, you play here, just play something else.
Is that the longest
that's the
silence
main-
in the game right now?
Hmm?
Is
Probably.
Is that the longest silence in the game right now?
Yeah, I think it is.
How long is
has a
Shazam's
short
ult?
one.
It's just almost like one, right? One
I
something.
think it's 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know what Shazam looks like anymore, dude.
He's just so not played. It's like.
I know what his
what's it-
portrait looks like because we ban him so much.
Splash art, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of Coast City, because Katy Perry brought it up, so Turbine announced that they are moving over to Coast City. The game has shifted focus from trying to support kind of 2 big maps to just 1 map. So Gotham Divided and Gotham Heights, kind of falling by the wayside for now. Coast City is like the main focus, just because it is the most unique out of the maps. I think that is what they said in their little creative director's letter or whatever. So what do you guys think about the shift from Coast City to Gotham Divided? Or Gotham Divided and like Heights to Coast City. I worded that wrong. Oh my god.
I mean, from a will it work business game design perspective, I can't really comment. I don't really know. From a personal perspective, I'm gonna have to learn something like completely different because there's no like analogous position to GD top lane on Coast City. There's every other position has an analogous position, but not GD top lane. So that kind of sucks for me that I'll have to learn something completely new. But I will, I guess. I'll play it.
Katie, what about you?
To be perfectly honest, I was getting a little burned out on GD because every time I would scrim like C or Brawl, I would get stomped. So maybe we'll do better on Coast City, maybe not. But I think from a pure like business perspective, it's a really good idea because one of the biggest issues with IC right now is player population, and we really need to consolidate and like force people onto a map right now just so we can build better queues and then have something to draw people in, because a lot of new players right now are feeling that like they can't really get games after a certain amount of threshold, or the queue times are too long for something that's supposed to be public. So
And to be clear, the player population problems we feel, I'm pretty sure are mostly due to player retention rather than new players not playing. I think we get like a pretty good stream of new players.
yeah,
They just
definitely.
They don't stick around.
So BrawL.GeeEss, do you guys have any opinions on Coast City being the main map?
I think it's the smart thing to do. I actually thought GD was, it at least had like really good potential, but they had to make a lot of smart changes, and I don't think they were gonna do that, or if they did, they were gonna take way too long. So I think switching over to CC is probably the smartest thing they can do. It might retain like a lot more players.
I think.
And
Go ahead.
oh, like I played GD for like 2 months, and I played it when it was kind of shitty, when they like made a bunch of the changes that people didn't like. Passive XP or passive EXP or passive something, I don't remember. So I mean, I never played like the good GD that people always like, you know.
Oh, the good Coast City.
Yeah. Or
yeah.
the good TC when everybody was like, oh yeah, it's like it used to be so good or whatever. I don't know what they refer to. Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah, it was good back in
Although
the day.
champions die faster in Coast City.
They do. They do.
Oh, really?
It's a smaller map, right?
It
Or,
is.
like just size. It's smaller.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's smaller.
it's
So
smaller.
maybe you could like reduce champion move speed since it's smaller, and then like people wouldn't be able to walk away from everything.
Yeah, they added that on GD, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of game design things.
I don't think that applies to CC actually. I think that was only a map thing when they changed that, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe that helps people die on CC is that they're fucking not fast as all hell.
I still think abilities do more damage. Like level 1 abilities shouldn't do 40 damage. They should do like twice as that, if anything.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is just like early game. It's way too stalemate because nothing happens. Because you can't do anything.
In Gotham Divided or Coast City?
In GD.
Okay, I wanted to kind of talk about that because I was watching the VODs from the regionals, for the NA regionals, and like I think it was Brawl versus Team C in like the winners bracket or whatever they called it, and like laning phase literally took like 28 minutes. Like all the towers were
that
up
was the best lane phase I ever had in my life.
28 minutes, and I'm like, there is something really wrong if we're having a 28-minute like laning phase, and like no one's getting any turrets. Like
get a solo kill on GD, you have to play perfectly, and the opponent has to fuck up really hard. That's the only way you're gonna get kills.
I agree. Like
it's just not gonna happen.
It was just ridiculous. Like people were staying in lane. I think you, Uchiri, were like level 18 by that point. I'm like, what other like game has, you know, people reaching near max level without any turrets falling? Like that was
beautiful.
This was like, I'm sure that was fun for you. Like I would have fun in that situation because I'm the type of player who just loves to like farm and split push and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, that would be fun for me, but like as a spectator I'm kind of like, this is not very great to watch. So hopefully, like, you know, shifting over to CC where, you know, the game speed is a lot faster. It's currently it's, you know, really easy to snowball, right? Because, you know, passive EXP, passive credits, you know, whichever team can get their early lead, if they can usually snowball and end the game pretty quickly.
It's not that hard to. I think snowballing and ending the game are two different things. Like, it's not really that hard to snowball in GD. It's hard to finish the game, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are not exactly the same thing.
So
yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know, I hope that while CC is the only map, Turbine really, like, takes a look at how do we make Gotham Divided faster, right? How do we avoid these, you know, near half-hour laning phases that just get everybody farmed up, and then like we have a couple team fights, and that's it.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna like patch GD anymore or patch for GD anymore. Right?
Well, no, so I'm just saying, like, while CC is like the main map, like, you know, because Gotham Divided will be re-released in the future, like it has to be, right?
I mean, what changes they can make to fix it?
Like, though, I want them, like, while, you know, GD is like kind of disabled, like, hey, let's, you know, really focus, like, what can we do to make this map go by a little faster? How can we, you know, avoid, you know, half-hour laning phases? How can we avoid, like, you know, 70-minute games and stuff?
They'll probably, like, redesign the map and, like, make it smaller and, like, make more choke points and, like, like, widen up the area around the turrets and that sort of thing. Probably just, it's like, I think it's a lot of the game-ending problems are a geographical thing.
Right. I think that was, like, the map size was also, like, a big complaint when we first got GD. Like, you know, when GD first launched, everyone was like, this map is gigantic, man.
It's pretty gigantic.
Yeah. And, like, especially since we're coming from Coast City, which is, like, a kind of, you know, smallish map.
It's not only small, it's also, like, psychologically smaller because the outside of the map is only jungle. There's like, very little else going on out there. Right. So, like, psychologically, you feel like the middle of the map is, like, the map.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even smaller then.
Okay. Yeah, so hopefully, like, GD kind of gets reworked while CC is the main map. I personally am looking forward going back to CC. I think, like, the CC weekends, although, like, really imbalanced, like, we're still fun just because like Coast City as a map, I fell in love with. I see like after playing a good amount of Coast City, like I remember when like it was like launch Coast City, like that map was so fun because a lot of stuff was really broken, like Doomsday Device. Oh, the Doomsday Device was so broken. Anyway, so moving on, let's talk about some of the drama, and this is Achiri was like really begging me to talk about some of the drama that was going on. So Tura's like very happy about this. All right, so in the last 2 weeks of the NA Go 4, I'm just gonna kind of outline this for people. I'm gonna do this to the best of my knowledge. So if there's any like gaps or anything's incorrect, just let me know. Just like interrupt me. But so as like a lot of people know, Ak had not really played most of the Go 4 season. They played like the first couple weeks and then dropped off.
There were like 3 weeks where they didn't sign up and like 4 weeks where they didn't play or something like that.
Yeah, so like it was just they didn't really play or really put any effort. So like the main 5 roster, right? So we've got Sketty, we've got Nine, we had Blue Freeze, Platypus, and someone else. MXL. Like those 5 didn't really play, right? I don't remember who replaced Blue Freeze in the top lane, but I don't think that's really relevant. Anyway, Nine comes back and tries to take Ox points with a new lineup of, I think, Crashy, MXL, JBJ, Nine, and I don't know the 5th off the top of my head. And they said they talked to ESL admins about it, and it was okay. Fast forward to the last 2 weeks, I'm off doing my holiday stuff because it's around the holiday season, and I check Twitter and I see like allegations of DDoSing of these quote-unquote Ak players. I don't know what they called themselves, but I'll just say Ak for what's it called? For the sake of the story. And the allegations are mostly directed towards Team C, under the guise of, hey, we want to make sure Dolphin Chasers kind of make it because we're really good friends with them, and it would make sense that Team C kind of has this motive. I'm not saying that they did it, right? But, Ak is kind of alleging that they have this motive, get Team C in, or not Team C, Dolphin Chasers in, and, keep us out because Ak, doesn't really have the most positive reception in the community. So, that happens, and then, there was nothing confirmed week 1, and there was like allegations of like, oh, we killed you at X minutes, so we couldn't remake the game. So this is why I was like kind of kicking myself. I was like, I should have like just stayed for the last 2 weeks and just like stream these, so we have actual like video. We have video evidence of like what actually happened in those games. So have I like said anything incorrect so far?
No, I think that's right on the money.
Okay.
It was the first week. I think I was the only one who said anything to Ak. The allegations or whatever, the implications were like really out of left field because we weren't in those games. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so
I can tell you guys why people thought that like, Team C had a lot to do with that.
All right, go for it.
The first week?
Yeah, the first week and the second week.
Okay.
Well, the second week should be like pretty like obvious because they were fighting you guys.
We were playing them the second week, but the first week I was just like, what the fuck?
So the first week, like this is just as far as my knowledge goes of everything that happened. So I was under the understand like MXL told me that he was talking to you guys to try to join your team because he wanted to go to Germany or something.
Yeah.
So he talked to you on Skype, I believe, right?
Yeah, he did.
So you had his Skype, and Yeah, basically that's like the only, because he had his Skype, he thought,
Because he
Oh,
added
what?
me on Skype.
Damn.
yeah, he thought that you guys had something to do with it. But I don't know. Like I didn't really know like what was going on.
This.
I was just like, oh, if people are saying they're getting DDoS, then everybody should get like DDoS.
Right.
That's
So-
the reason.
That makes like half an ounce more sense. It's still like out of left field, but I'll give them half an ounce of more sense.
So Crashy's in the chat and he says he was more blaming
It's not-
dolphin
it's
chasers.
not- It's not like like it's still kind of like a blind accusation, but it has
Okay.
like some backbone
Right.
to it.
All right. So so this happens in the first week. Nothing has been proven. In the second week, I know for a fact that Awk had set up DDoS prevention. They got some program that can like log their like what traffic goes to them and goes out and stuff. And there was another allegation of DDoS then. And here's where I kind of get iffy on the details because I wasn't, I'm still on holiday break and I'm still kicking myself because I'm like, I should have just streamed these because then we would have, again, had video proof as to what was going on. So there's, more allegations and they actually have logs and they give them to the ESL admins and the ESL admins basically say we can't really determine anything from these. So, this also kind of gets everyone paranoid, especially like because the qualifications for Cologne have come out, right? So it's like best of one, qualifiers for for Cologne. So like you can everyone's getting scared. Like we don't want to get DDoSed and lose our chance to go to Cologne, or so like everyone's kind of getting a little bit paranoid. And now Awk is kind of like someone is like DDoSing us. We have these logs and stuff, and nothing has really come out of it. So there's a lot of animosity between, I feel like, Neo Awk and the rest of the like ESL, Turbine, and kind of the other teams.
Yeah, I can confirm we were paranoid. Like, we did not play the regional qualifiers from our houses.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a different location with a sick internet connection and played from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because we happen to have the benefit of all living in the same place.
Right.
That's a really good idea. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, I just assumed that a lot of people were paranoid coming into the Cologne qualifiers just because the format was, very vulnerable to DDoS, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, like the thing that made me mad, like, I think that if was having connection problems and then it cost us a chance to go to a LAN, like obviously I would be very, very upset. So I don't fault them for being upset at all, not even a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But what was upsetting me was that like I knew my squad wasn't doing anything, but there was like all this like bad like ill will. I hate ill will when there's like ill will floating around in the universe. Like I'm not like a cosmic karma guy. I think there's like a functional principle to karma. Like if you fuck shit up and like people are upset about it, then they're gonna like re-fuck you up. Like so that was just upsetting me because I didn't want like random drama to have any effect on the game.
Mm-hmm. GeeEss, were you guys like kind of paranoid like as BrawL?
Yeah, I made everyone get DDoS protection.
Yeah, like it just seems like really, I don't know. I like to kind of think of the competitive community as like very kind of close. Like a lot of the players on the different teams are very friendly with each other, and it's just it just kind of made me sad to like hear about oh, this team's getting DDoSed and like other teams are like throwing allegations and stuff. It's like very disheartening for kind of the competitive community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, it to this day we don't know who did this stuff. I know that there's also suspicion because Team C played against someone, I believe, in the second week the last week of the Go 4, and like while I think it was while Awk was having internet problems, you guys were having internet issues as well with Mystigen or something. So like that made it seem very shady to people.
Mystigen DC'd like a few times, and then he also was just like playing under a couple 300 ping more than he was used to. So we were pretty salty about that in the game, and then they were also salty. So then there's just like lots of salt, and then all this salt like came out on Twitter, and like IGP is a fucking loose cannon, so like.
Yeah.
He just went fucking off.
yeah. I know.
I wish you guys could hear me like begging him to stop.
That also kind of like I think hit a bad chord with everybody. Like, you know, people know IGP. They know like he's not the most like soft spoken person. Like, you know, you insult him, he will go hard on you. I don't think that sat well with like Neo-Awk, especially since there was like, you know, just really bad stuff going on and stuff. Yeah, I don't really want to get into all that, but like I think everything has calmed down now. There haven't been, from my understanding, like watching the NA qualifiers. Katy Perry, what are you?
Oh no, I'm just excited because there's no more drama.
Yeah. So watching the NA qualifiers, it didn't look like there were any like.
Yeah, it was smooth.
Yeah, it just ran very smoothly. No, you know, DCs, no allegations of DDoS that I could see. So hopefully this was just like, you know, a bad spot, and we could just all move past it.
Literally, pretty sure it's just somebody out there just hates Awk. Pretty sure that was what was happening.
Keith has pointed out in chat that IGP is really nice in real life.
He is,
and that's actually true. And moreover, it's not like the internet syndrome where you're like, oh yeah, like they're not willing to talk junk offline. Like IGP is a black belt, and not like the fake ass black belt at Taekwondo. Not like the fake ass kind where you just like paid your money and got your belt. Right. Like he's the kind who like went to tournaments. I can remember he went to a tournament in Korea after like not studying for a year and got second place. And it's just like he can kick ass. He's just skinniest, like randomly
skinniest little Asian. Nice. I'm like, I would never fight. I would literally never fight this kid. Like never.
Yeah, like all right, I think it's also worth mentioning, like, you know, when everybody from NA was kind of at the LAN, right, at Burbank, like, you know, it looked like everybody was having a really good time just talking to each other, just like hanging out and stuff. So like I met IGP, like he is a really, really nice guy. Like, you know, his Twitter, when he goes off on Twitter or like in stream chats or something, it's not, you know, very representative of who he actually is in person. And you know, he like we like that night after Burbank, we all sat around watching the VOD, and IGP and I were like kind of cuddling together, and we're having
there's a little spoonage going on.
Yeah, there was some spoonage. So that was nice, man. So that was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys have fun in Germany with Dig and
yeah. It's an interesting note. Like I except for Darky, I don't like know any of the EU players, so I can't say like I'm excited to meet them because I don't know them. I'm excited to meet Darky. I guess.
Darky's a really nice guy.
It'll be cool to hang out with like GS and Genre again, and Carlos is really quiet, but it would be good to see him. And I never met Big Impact before, but he seems like a cool guy online. So
I think Jen.
Get drunk again.
Oh, wait, what?
I'm gonna get drunk again.
Oh man. I think Jen posted a picture on Twitter of IGP and I spooning, so that it happened. There's photo evidence. Anyway, so moving on, let's talk about the qualifiers for the Go 4. So I was only able to watch the NA ones. So the NA qualifiers were very interesting. IGP made this really godlike play against Mixed Company. That was godlike, man.
That was awesome. We had the game in hand, and we started like playing really retardedly, and he was just like so fat.
He was ridiculous. Like that was actually like.
Although I want to note, in that game, I had the most damage to champions in the game. So
Right,
suck on that, IGP.
Weren't you playing Fat Joker?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate Fat Joker, dude. I hate watching Fat Joker so much because I just know I'm like, dude, this guy's just gonna like outscale everybody, and like he's just not gonna die really.
Yeah, he's pretty fat.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think the first game that was streamed was Mixed Company versus Team C.
Wait.
If I remember right, of the regionals.
No. It was Dolphin Chasers versus.
It was Dolphin Chasers versus BrawL.
No, we played against you guys first.
Was it Dolphin Chasers and C?
Against BrawL.
It was first seed against 4th seed first, then second and third.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So BrawL versus Dolphin Chasers. I didn't find anything too like. I don't remember anything memorable about that game. It was just kind of BrawL being BrawL.
Yeah.
What happened in the first game, Katy Perry?
I don't know. I think they gave us like the dumbest bot lane in the game, and then they had like a really poke heavy bot lane, and we got crushed. And then the rest of the team got crushed.
Oh, I think I remember. It was like the bot lane was Arcane Green Lantern Gasbat.
Yeah.
Right?
So you guys were picking specifically not to let us know like what you were prioritizing for the next game. BrawL was.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Your comp was
if we're
garbage.
talking about that, yeah. We had this one pocket pick that we busted out against MXC, and we were trying so hard to hide it, and I guess we did at the cost of like losing to BrawL. Nah, we're probably gonna lose to BrawL anyway. But
no, I meant BrawL's comp was like, you didn't have any magic damage, right? No power damage.
No, so they had like Blue Beetle and like Atomic Wonder on the top.
They had gas.
They had Zatanna.
they had Zatanna at Joker bottom.
They had Zatanna at Joker. I think Mecha Wonder Woman and Atomic Wonder Woman and
Superman.
No, Swagatron was playing Superman.
Gas Cat? Where you at?
They had Atomic Wonder Woman and Superman. They had both. I don't remember exactly what we had, but we had at Joker Zatanna. I think Gaslight Batman middle. Our top lane was probably Swamp Thing.
No, your top lane was definitely A-dubs.
Yeah, your top lane was A-dubs.
Because Alex, Swagatron was like winning the 1v1, and then Carlos just started kicking his ass.
Yeah, I don't remember who Carlos was playing though.
Oh, he was playing Flash.
Superman.
Oh yeah, he was playing Flash.
Flash.
All right, so it was Flat. I remember Mecha Wonder Woman from there too.
Okay, yeah, that was what we were playing.
I remember watching it, and I was like, so I'm looking at like the items, and there's like literally 4 Coda Blades, and I'm like, this item is way too good. Like, there's 4 Coda Blades on BrawL, and like you would think like all Dolphin Chasers have to really do is like kind of build armor, because then like
that is all they had to do. They're just too far behind.
Yeah, but like they fell far behind and they couldn't do anything. So like I was just like watching. I'm like, there's nothing they can do, especially like when Superman ults in onto Ad Joker, right? All GS has to do is bunny Superman. They just kill him.
Yeah.
And it's like like Swagatron, like he played the early lane really well, but like because Carlos came and just kicked his ass, like he couldn't really do anything, and he would just insta die in fights because he would just get bunnied and focus.
Yeah.
So
he's winning the 1v1. I yelled at him in between, like after that game. I was like, "You retard."
So that was like okay. Dolphin or Team C versus Mixed Company. As soon as I saw Ambuscade build Marauder Shield 2
as
his jungle item, I was like, this game is over, man. He was
That's not
playing.
good.
He was playing API jungle with Marauder Shield 2, and I was like, "This game is over."
Yeah, that was very good.
I
Like,
think-
he should have been just like even with Mystogen, just based on how the like how the ganks and everything worked out. I think it was like 1 death to 1 death and like 1 kill
Right.
to 1 kill.
I
But Ambuscade was just like down 2 levels because he couldn't clear jungle.
I think that he hit level 2 and he went for an early gank. I think top lane, and I think
Yeah.
they almost killed you.
Nah, I was safe. I saw him. In fact, I was like baiting them.
Right.
He
But,
was
like,
walking on top of my cams.
he just couldn't catch up after that gank, and it was just they couldn't do anything past that point because every other lane was doing perfectly fine. And were you playing Fat Joker that game? I think
Yeah,
you
I was
were.
playing Fat Joker.
Yeah, and Fat Joker just outscales everyone. And IGP, of course, with that 1v3 triple was like, guys, I'm
Is
gonna carry
your-
this.
Azure played Sinestro.
Right, I remember
What you
that.
didn't know is that I played a week of Sinestro top to see if it was good, so
And
I
it's-
knew the matchup.
Was it not good? Or-
It's good early lane, but it's not good after then. Or I shouldn't say it's good early lane. It's fun early lane because it's like you actually have kill potential.
Mhm.
Because even enforcers aren't tanky until they get a few levels.
Right.
So they can theoretically die to a blaster.
Mm-hmm.
Enforcer versus enforcer, like no one dies.
Right.
And blaster versus blaster, usually no one dies because it's range. But range would be melee.
Mm-hmm.
People die sometimes, like occasionally.
Right, and then
So it's fun.
So you guys won. It was pretty convincing. And then Brawl versus C, the top 2 in NA come, and we have, again, I mentioned this earlier. It was like a 28-minute laning phase, like Swamp Thing versus Gaslight Joker top. I'm like, neither of these guys are gonna kill the other without like serious jungle pressure. And like, I remember like thinking, oh, this is like Brawl's game to win. Like, Biggie's getting big. Like, GeeEss is on Wonder Woman. He's doing a really good job just punishing Sotura and Kathis. Like,
Killed Paul 2 times in the first 3
did.
minutes.
He did. I remember that.
Oh, GS, you're so mean, dude. Just stop hitting Paul, please.
So I remember that, and I was like, this is looking really good for Brawl. Like, I think they might be able to do this, but like laning phase just keeps going. No towers have been taken for like literally 28 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, why am I watching this game?
I was actually pretty salty about that game
Really?
because I remember at one point we had 2 towers on them,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
the score was like we had the same amount of kills, same amount of deaths, but they had 3 more assists than us, and even though we had 2 towers, the gold was even.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe-
it wasn't just that. I was also
Also,
up.
top
I'm
point.
mad that there isn't like a creep counter in this game, but I was up like maybe 30, 40, 50 creeps on telly. It was fucked up.
But there was like a difference, like something like that around the bottom lane too. I think you had a bigger lead, but I think
Yeah.
the 2 tower gold should have, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
being a little
Yeah.
more. That's kind of what made me realize how much assists are worth in this game. Like, holy shit, like 2
Yeah.
assists just like probably made you guys like 1,000 gold. I think it was like
Yeah.
3 assists actually.
And then Genre whipped out Blue Beetle that game, so that was really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle is really good. He's like the best champion like before 20 minutes. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
it's
a
really
lot.
good after it too. It's just
yeah, he's not.
You,
he's
you have
not
to play it
bad
a certain
after
way.
that. Yeah, he's not bad after that for sure. But he's I think he's like hands down the best up until that point.
Yeah.
So he's like a good pick for sure.
If you get a crit, like if you go Mara Joe chills and you just pull like attack damage and you get a crit with your passive, people just die. They melt.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were there and they're not there anymore. I've seen Genre like take out, like crit someone for 70% of their health.
Yeah. If you combo the crit plus the passive proc, it's just
Yeah, like he missed
Too much
Q and
damage.
he just crit with the passive and it
yeah.
Just
You don't even
70%.
hit the Q.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That's
Like,
ridiculous,
what?
dude.
I was like, what?
You just have to cast it.
What just happened? Yeah, I think Blue Beetle is pretty good, but I still think Gaspat is better just because mixed damage
Mhm.
and the ult. Yeah.
I really like his E. Like I think also, and Blue Beetle's movement speed in his range form is like really prohibitive. He's like so slow compared to
65 or something.
Mhm.
It's pretty bad.
So after this like kind of grueling to watch game, Team C pulls it out over Brawl. So Brawl is now facing the winner of Mixed Company and Dolphin Chasers. I think I fast forwarded through that game, and Mixed Company, Dolphin Chasers plays Joker Jungle, right? That
Yeah.
was your cheese for the tournament. And it was Tick playing Joker Jungle. He takes Teleport and Detonate. I think he hits level 2 and then immediately teleports bot for a gank or something. Like
Something like that, yeah.
that was
We get,
really
like, first
cheesy,
blood?
man. That was really cheesy. Like I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, there's no way. And then I think
No, we set it up pretty well. We got them to half, and then we had them push up using their spells, and then that gank worked. So
yeah. And I think you guys won, and you guys
Yep.
faced Brawl, and I think you guys picked Mecha Soups. That
oh
game?
yeah,
Yeah,
we wanted
they
to.
did.
Wanted to have fun.
No, we wanted to punish the bot lane for picking Cyborg, but we couldn't get anything going.
Mm. And
I don't think you can punish Cyborg. Like Cyborg's just good.
Mm.
I don't know. How do you
He's
feel,
not-
Jess?
he's-
They
I think
need
Cyborg. I've been saying Cyborg was good for a while.
Yeah, all right. We've been saying
Whoa,
Cyborg
whoa,
was
whoa! Okay,
good.
hold on.
We played Cyborg in season 1 finals.
Yeah, you
So
guys
did they
played it.
though.
yeah,
So did they.
because
Yeah.
all you guys
Did
would
they?
do is ban like
Yes.
all the marksmen. So like,
Against SG, they like banned all the ADs, and then they had Did they play? Wait, no. Was that you? You guys played Cyborg,
Yeah,
right?
we played
Yeah, we did
Cyborg.
play
They picked Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, all the ADs were banned, and then they
Oh
played
yeah,
Cyborg.
because there was 480 vans and there's no ad joker yet.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
It's something like that.
yep.
Oh,
Let
that's
me
right.
tell
There
you.
was no ad Joker.
There-
Holy shit!
yeah.
I just remembered.
There was no ad
Yeah.
Joker. It was Cyborg, Gasbat, Mecha Wonder Woman, Blue Beetle. That's who you could pick. So that
I was-
was
I actually
Yeah,
thought
Cyborg's-
back then Mecha Wonder Woman was even more broken than she is now. I think right now she's just good. When she was hybrid damage, when she had hybrid damage on her Q
mhm.
with Shade Kane, oh my god, dude, fuck
Such
that.
damage. Such
She was-
damage.
She was retarded, and nobody would talk about it. And now
Yeah.
it's like everybody's losing their mind over Mecha Wonder Woman. I don't understand.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
she's
never
Well-
good
understand.
right now, man.
Her ulti
Actually,
is.
She's good.
Yeah, she's good.
Her ulti back then was better though, because you can get the
Think?
skating from both, yeah, the shades and
Well, okay, yeah. It was better at the power spike, but it wasn't as good late game.
yeah, it's fair, guys. I always think auto attacking is better though.
Auto attack is much better. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, like if you have the Wombo, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kathis brings up Green Arrow.
That was banned.
I
I
don't know, Green Arrow's
forgot Green Arrow.
Yeah, Green Arrow was
existed.
like top ban back then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was banned in that game.
I forgot that Green Arrow kind of existed. So there was.
I don't
Green
even
Arrow
think
on top
Green
of it.
Arrow. I don't think Green Arrow is that bad. I think the reason Green Arrow fell out of favor mostly is because fucking Zatanna and Harley and Poison Ivy. It's like, oh, you just poked me to half my health. Let me just heal it up real quick for no mana
Yeah.
cost. No problem.
Right.
Yeah, the thing he does in lane isn't good against what lanes are like now.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's one of the things that I think should get nerfed. Like one of the few things that should get nerfed. Like all that sustaining lane is retarded. That shouldn't be like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean they could just nerf the mana costs on the sustain and it would be fine. Which they started to do so.
Yeah, they should have done that. I've been saying to do that for a while. They didn't do shit.
It's also a problem because you like sustain for like hell long time on multiple champions, and those champions also like provide decent like utility. Like in League, for example, you have Soraka, old Soraka, whose her entire purpose was healing you.
Right.
She didn't do anything else. She just healed you. But in this game, you have like Harley, who heals you and then knocks you up and then knocks you back. Like kind of, and then provides you with speed boosts. Like that's kind of retarded.
Yeah,
Her
Harley
knockback has
does
a
way
slow
too
on
much.
it.
It's kind of absurd.
Yeah.
And then Zatanna does like the similar thing. She heals you, speeds you up, slows them down, and then CCs them. So like the supports in this game just like do more, and also heal you.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
think
kind of
that-
want to bring
that
up
goes there.
Zatanna because I think the like her kit is a little strong, and I think that the main thing or like the main problem I have with her kit is how short the cooldown on her ultimate is.
I actually don't think that that's like a problem at all. I think Zatanna's problem is that her heal just does way too much. I think they should just like remove the heal altogether and just make it a shield, like a shield that lasts long,
Mm-hmm.
And like their range
Yeah.
of W should come down
Well,
too.
it's because it's a huge problem because like if they have Zatanna and like this and they're fed like it's late game versus late game, you can't poke them because like you poke them and then Zatanna's just like, all right, come here, get the shield, and then you heal everyone on your team.
Mm-hmm.
That's retarded. That heal needs to go away. Like it shouldn't be there. Like they should just make it do something else. Like literally, like either like a really long shield, or like I don't know, like a shield that does something else.
Or even just heal one person. Just like you can't just like heal the entire team with one shield for like a decent amount of health.
Could you
If they do that, like the laning problem isn't gonna get fixed though. I
Could
mean,
you
even though
just,
TP is not gonna do anything anymore.
all right, maybe like you give like your AD a shield, and maybe like the next couple basic attacks do extra magic damage or something. Like she kind of shares magic with the whoever she shields, and like for the next 2-3 auto attacks, they do extra damage on hit.
So you want her to be just like Lulu?
Janna? No, Janna.
Yeah,
No,
Lulu.
Lulu's
She is like Lulu.
Yeah, she is
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like Lulu. So I'm okay with that. Like
That's just like
it's-
health picks.
It's true. Like the healing that she can provide late game is actually really, really absurd. Especially since in this game a lot of utility spells on these controllers do scale off will, and like there's ways to get just amass a ton of will.
I think her W range is way too big.
Mm-hmm.
You can slow someone across the lane, no problem. Or speed someone up across the lane. It should be like a little smaller than that. But other than that, I think her ult is fine. Because your ult also doesn't always result in a kill. Like if anything, I think the duration of it should get removed or make resilience or tenacity like a little bit more viable somehow. Because nobody builds that shit.
Right.
That's true.
That's true.
And if they make it so where her shield just shields, then like you'd see more. You wouldn't see Zatanna in every game. You'd see people like actually pick Night Soups and want to play him instead of being like, well, the other supports are banned. All that's left is Night Soups.
Oh, hold on. Because EU plays Night Soups.
I think Night Soup is still really good.
Yeah, he's still good. It's just like when we play, it's just like
I think we just
Wonder
prioritize
Woman.
like other stuff.
Wonder Woman, Harley, Zatanna, and then everyone else is left by the wayside.
We should talk about the EU NA difference.
I have no idea how EU just lets Harley through every single game.
Every
Fuck
game,
that.
dude. Darky has Harley every game, I swear. This guy.
I think he's okay with that.
And
Harley
he doesn't,
is the most
they don't pick it
cancer-
early. They just pick it, like, late.
Last pick Harley. I'm like, what? How does that work?
I don't know, man. Like, I think Harley's still ridiculous. I think, because, like, remember, like, a couple months ago, it was just, oh, red side bans A-dubs Harley. I think you could still just get away with just banning Harley on red side every game. I think she's still pretty ridiculous.
Still have to. Like, there's no counter to it. It's just,
Nope.
oh, you pick Harley, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of dumb.
There's
Like,
really
yeah,
no
you can like pick Wonder Woman and like all in her easily, like early levels, and she'll die, right? But other than that, like late game, can't do anything. Because then like you engage, and if you don't engage on Harley, she just ults your team.
Yeah.
Harley is the biggest counter to Wonder Woman.
Right?
Like, she ults your whole team and she doesn't get you. Well, even if she gets one person, you just black shield them or knock her away.
Yeah.
And I mean, she gets like your whole team, but not you. You just go and ult her whole team. It's like, oh look, nothing happened. Good job.
Yep.
And then you just like,
she's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
She's got a problem.
it's really bad. But
All right, so let's talk about Cologne. So Cologne's going to be coming up in like 3 weeks or something. And
Damn.
yeah, it's getting
It's pretty
close.
close.
It is getting close. I'm really looking forward to it because we finally get to see Dignitas versus BrawL on LAN, and that I think is a really really exciting matchup, and it's one that's really really difficult to call. Like,
Is it? I think we can go back and see that KGO beat Dignitas, right? Kappa.
Yeah.
yeah, like that's yeah exactly.
That was
So
a long time ago.
yeah,
This is all orchestrated. The regionals is all orchestrated just so BrawL and Dignitas can face off again.
see,
So
it
this is all
was
planned.
so what was happening was because Turbine was casting, so Turbine purposefully like somehow made all the turrets like really strong just in the C versus BrawL game, and they just like somehow buffed C just to win, so they could just be like, all right, we're rigging the brackets for
They rigged that Cisco. They were like, yeah, fuck that.
yeah exactly. So
They
Like,
picked the
giving
top
100
jungle
gold
camp
for this
gold,
is-
so I get like 100 gold
Yeah.
every time I clear those camps.
So anyway, I think like the highlight of the semifinals is BrawL versus Dignitas. Like that's gonna be a really really good series to watch, just because these guys have been at the top of the region for so long. So so that's gonna be very very interesting. I can't call it either way. Like, it's a dead 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if either team won. But I'm going to just say the scoreline will be 2-1 for either team. I don't know which one. Thoughts?
That's a soft prediction, Cal. You gotta go hard on.
I can't go hard, man.
No.
I can't
you
go hard.
2-0. NA,
can't-
come on, let's go.
can't go soft. And to be clear, Darky, that was definitely Kappa. That was definitely. It's a completely different team. KGO's not the same
exactly.
team either. It's-
Exactly. But I'm just calling the scoreline. It's 2-1. I don't know who's going to win. I can't.
No, Cal, you can't do that.
No, I can't. I cannot.
Have opinion.
Yeah,
Do it.
okay. It's fine to
My
say that it's
opinion
too
is
close
it's
to
a
call.
2-1.
All right, you can say it's too close to call, but then you have to pick one just for posterity's sake.
Oh my god. Alright, I say 2-1 BrawL and like
All right, there we go.
I say 2-1 BrawL just because NA. I gotta
Yeah, NA
I
had-
gotta rep
right.
my region. But if Dignitas wins 2-1, then I'm not gonna be surprised at all. And this is me saying that as just as like I know Darky, and I talk to him a lot, and like I consider him a really good friend. So, it pains me to do this, but I gotta call 2-1 BrawL. All right, but let's hear some other predictions for this. So who do you guys think are gonna be winning?
Katie said 2-0, brawl.
2-0 BrawL. That's actually
2-0 BrawL,
very
let's
bold.
go.
I find that very bold.
I actually, nah, 2-0 BrawL, whatever. My opinion doesn't matter.
Man. Oh man. All right. Cheers.
Cheery.
It's So I don't know, but I think it's more likely to be a 2-0 than it is to be a 2-1. But I don't know which team is gonna win. Probably. I don't know. I give it to BrawL because they're gonna be practicing against the best team in the world. So.
Oh,
Man. Oh man. The thing about this right now is that technically whoever wins this tournament could be considered the best team,
Of Gotham divided for
of
all
Gotham
time.
divided in the world at the current time. Just
For
because-
all time.
for
This
all-
is it. This
Yeah.
is
yeah, this is the ultimate
This is-
tournament,
this
and it's
is
just
the
over.
ultimate. This is the ultimate tournament. So, yeah, it's gonna be like who's gonna win, and I don't know. So, Tura, who do you think is gonna win between BrawL and Dignitas?
I think BrawL's gonna win.
what
guys-
score?
What score?
Give it the 2-0.
2-0.
Oh,
There we go.
All right. So
Let's go.
okay. So
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna
we just jinx the shit out of you, GS, and I'm gonna lose.
no. Here's what I'm gonna play
Oh
for GS.
fuck!
GS, are you really excited to play against Dignitas on a LAN setting? Because I know the last time you played them, or like in an official manner, was like this stupid server swapping thing. So like,
No, that was great. No, that was great, and it was cast by a really
All right.
handsome guy.
The guy,
And-
it was casted by a really handsome guy who's not looking so handsome right now.
Woo! Shut!
Looking ratchet. Looking ratchet.
But you know, it was this kind of whoever was on their home server won. So Brawl basically won because they got the first game in the best of 7 or 5 or whatever it was. So how excited are you to finally play them on like, you know, equal playing ground?
It's gonna be pretty fun. I think. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't like gotten to me yet. The fact that we're gonna like go to Germany and whatnot, but at least right now I'm pretty like mellow about it. Maybe it'll kick in later, I guess.
Right.
It'll kick in when you're on that 16-hour flight.
Oh god.
16 hours is gonna be. Like,
It's actually probably longer for GS since he's in Boston.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm East
Yeah,
Coast.
you're like-
I think it's gonna be like 12, 13 though.
Yeah, for us East Coast, yeah, it's 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
That's
I
gonna
feel bad for
suck.
genre, dude. Genre is in fucking LA.
Yeah,
That's
so
like-
genre like would have to leave from here and like it was like I think from LA to Boston was like 8-hour flight. So he'll be on a plane for like almost a full day, dude.
Well, the question is now, does he just go left instead of like
don't
coming
know.
to the East Coast and then just going
Dude,
like
I don't
this,
think so.
or is it faster to just go left?
I don't know, man.
Or should I say
Awesome.
proper terms west?
Misogen
west.
Getting
is
a Malaysian airplane, he's never gonna make it.
Oh.
Oh man.
Misogen is Arizona, but he's gonna come to North Carolina first to boot camp for a week, and then we're all gonna go together.
All right.
Wow.
So
Damn.
GS, do you? I know that you kind of have a prediction, so I'm gonna ask you. Like, you know, of course you want to win, so I'm just not gonna ask you who's gonna win between you and Dig. But
What? No, ask him.
No, it's just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna
After
2-0.
Hey,
It's
there
just
you go.
Like,
he's gonna be there. We're gonna win.
yeah, we're just gonna win. Like, see, I can't see. All right, so now, looking at the other side of the bracket, it's Team C versus Epsilon. Do you have a prediction for that?
I actually think Team C can win it.
Mhm.
I think their bot lanes are pretty just from like watching, even though they don't play against each other, just from watching them play.
Mhm.
I think their bot lane is about the same, but their solo lanes are stronger. And I think their jungler is also better. Team C's jungler.
Mhm.
I think Team C should do it as long as they don't throw.
Right. As long as they don't throw. I think
Yeah.
that could be said for a lot of teams.
We've been there before.
All right.
Throwing is
So
pretty cool.
So, who do you guys think will be making it to the finals? Oh, wait, I'm asking the wrong people. Katy Perry, you're like the neutral party here. Who do you think are making it to the finals?
I don't know. America, Team C,
America.
Brawl, let's go.
All right, so
Hype.
in your world, who wins between C and Brawl?
Wait, hold
Yeah,
on.
because-
Reel it back,
because
because
they
Cal
make it to
didn't
the
make a
final.
prediction yet.
I
How did
want
make a
to
prediction?
know Katy Perry's prediction before I.
Well,
make
no, you
mine.
didn't say Team
I-
C
Whoa, whoa,
versus
whoa, whoa.
Epsilon.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who wins between Team C and Epsilon then? You just said
Okay.
America, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Team
well,
C,
Katy-
Team C, like easy 2-0.
okay, easy
Yeah.
2-0.
Easy
All right.
2-0.
So
I
easy.
said it.
All right. So
That's
it's
my
now
boy.
C
That's my boy,
versus
Katie.
Brawl in the finals. in
Wait,
your
but
world.
Cal, you still haven't said Team C versus Epsilon. you.
All right.
You
I say-
trying to
I
dodge
say-
this? Are you trying to say something
All
to
right.
me?
I say 2-0 C.
All right.
I'm not gonna say easy,
All right.
but I'll say 2-0.
Alright.
Which is a convincing scoreline in itself. Anyway, Katy Perry, in your world, C versus Brawl, who wins? Who will be the best IC team in all the land?
I don't know if they're gonna boot camp in
For-
North Carolina
For
and try
Gotham
to decide-
Divided of all time until Turbine reopens Gotham Divided. This
Yeah.
is like this is
Look,
like
okay,
World
okay. Looking at the
Championship.
history, Team C has been number 2 for a long time. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I
true.
gotta give it to Team C. I've been friends with them just because I talk to them a lot more. Sorry, Brawl, but like
Oh man.
sorry, GS, but Team
All
C.
right. All right.
I
Yeah,
won't give
Mr.
it to
Genie is
2-0
coming.
though.
We are gonna
But,
boot
yeah.
camp. He's gonna be here in like a week and a half or
All
something.
right. So here's gonna be my prediction. I'm going to say, again, it's a 2-1, but Brawl's gonna be taking it. It's gonna be a really hard 2-1 though. I'm gonna cite again the history, so that's my prediction. I think Brawl will be the best GD team in all the land until GD gets reopened. But because I said that, I probably jinxed it. So I'm sorry, GS. You can blame me.
I'll
You
blame
will.
All right, just
You will.
100% blame me if you guys end up losing at any stage. Just like if you lose like anything, like a turret, just be like, oh, that was Cal's fault. All right.
All right. See, my prediction is it'll be Team C will lose the first game.
Right.
Just to get that underdog sense in there, you know, that like
Dude, you
Goku,
gotta-
Luffy junk, and then we're gonna come back, gonna dominate game 2, and then it's gonna be like the season 1 ESL finals again.
Oh no! Don't do that, dude. I
The
fell
game is
asleep
gonna
during that
go-
game.
The game is gonna go the full 100 or 1 hour 15 minutes this time, and then C's gonna win.
Dude, no, don't.
In the
do that.
106 or 1 hour 16th minute.
Dude,
Ripcasters.
Straight up, I fell asleep during game 3. So please.
It was hype.
No
Don't do it.
dedication. No
Dude,
dedication.
I was trying. All right, those GX Racer chairs
what
they
a-
had in the back, they were so comfortable. I can lean all the way back and like treat it as a pseudo bed, and I was like, I'm all for this, man. I'm all.
But what
for
about
this.
when Andrew killed Cripsy bottom lane? That was so hype. Andrew's just like,
Was I don't know if I was sleeping, man.
bow. And Cripsy's like, nah, I'm dead. And we're like, Andrew.
I probably heard it because I was in the back.
It went just like that, actually. There was a lot of yelling.
There was a lot of yelling. So, all right. Do we have anything else to talk about that's IC related? Because I think we covered a lot.
Did we? Yeah. I don't know. I think it's interesting to note. We didn't really talk about it. I think it's interesting to note like the very dramatic differences in between how EU plays the game and how NA plays the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I've never seen that dramatic of a meta difference, like on the same patch.
Right.
Like even when you see like dramatic meta differences, like China is usually the most like different region because they're like usually pretty isolated in terms of the internet.
Right.
In like League of Legends or like StarCraft, any game, I just never seen anything this dramatic before. We don't do anything the same.
I think that's gonna be an interesting kind of thing coming in because we have NA versus EU setups, you know, in both of the semifinals, and you know, seeing these kind of play styles and like different, you know, champion priorities and stuff like that, just like kind of clash. That's really, really interesting to me, and it'll kind of show like, you know, who the better teams are.
It's as much a clash of style as it is of skill. Like
Yeah, exactly.
They pick different spells than us. They pick different champions than us.
Right.
They play their lanes differently than we do. Their late, I can't really talk about their late games because they just don't even have them. Like Brawl versus C consistently goes like 40-50 minutes.
Oh my god, I know.
But-
I hate it, dude.
But I don't think I've ever seen a 50-minute EU game. Like one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have you guys?
I haven't.
I haven't really been able to watch EU because the Go Force have haven't been streamed since Sue has been doing her thing. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to how this Valentine's Day clash in Cologne goes. So, other than that,
I think we're gonna have the caster advantage, right? Are we gonna have 2 American casters to 1 EU caster?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like XLab there, and then like they have, I think Jason Kaplan's gonna be casting, and potentially Zacubus.
I think only one of them is casting.
I have no idea on the caster lineup, and if anybody like thinks that I'm going out to Germany and casting, I'm not. Sadly, I would love to have gone, but I'm not. So.
Oh, if we lose, it's because jet lag. By the
Oh
way.
yeah. There you go. There you go. So
So
if it's in,
preempt.
if it's
Wait,
in
do you
EU
guys
versus-
do you guys just go and then like get there and then play the next day? Because that'd be awful.
Yeah, except
We leave
we're
on the
going a
12th.
day early.
Afternoon. Then
Yeah, we
get
get there. We should get
in the morning.
there in the morning of like Friday morning.
Friday morning, the 13th, and then basically we have that time to catch up, I guess, and then we play.
On
It's
Saturday.
hard to catch up in one day. Like it's not a 24-hour period. It's only
Yeah.
one sleep cycle.
Yeah, definitely bring some like sleeping pills for that flight then, because other than that, you guys are gonna get like.
I'll just like
Right,
knock
okay.
out
Well,
the
we're
entire
going
team. I'll just
early.
punch them all in the head.
I can't sleep on the plane. It's really bad. I'm gonna have to take some pills, man.
That's like right. That's the
Dude.
worst thing for me. Like I could sleep once on a plane for any intermittent amount of time, and then once I've slept, I can't fall back asleep. I just can't do it.
All right. Okay, 2 things. According to Darky, the caster lineup's gonna be Axla, Kevin Naki, and Zacubus, which I'm okay with.
So we do have a caster advantage.
Technically, yes, you do.
Yeah, we do.
So, and also on the flight back from PAX East, dude, I slept like a freaking baby, man. Like cause like I think I just stayed up like literally all night talking to like Fatal, Crashy, and some other guys. I think some of the then Complexity people as well. So that was like really cool. So yeah, we should, or NA should have the caster advantage. Dude, I wish I was going. I really do.
I think everybody wanted to go.
Yeah, well, I had no, dude. I have no chances at going as a player. I'm too bad. Like, so my only shot was coming as a caster, but they
It's
got
pretty
their own
exciting,
people.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, we didn't really talk about that, but you know, it's kind of a big, cool thing, a step in the esports scene for
Mhm.
IC. You know, get to go to a different country and
Yeah.
play video games. You know, it's a
Yeah.
big deal. So
Have
it's pretty
you
cool.
guys been out of the country before?
No, I
yeah.
haven't.
I have.
Mystigen hasn't either.
Damn.
Mr. Jin's also a baby though. He's like 5 years old, so
Yeah.
Mystigen is 5 years old. That's true.
Yeah.
He's got the Bjergsen glasses, you know.
So like,
He does. That's a good point.
He looks exactly like Bjergsen. That's the first thing I said when I like saw his stream for the first time.
oh really?
He looks
Yeah.
like Chris Higgins. You don't know who Chris Higgins is, but he's
But he
he's Chris
looks-
Higgins.
he's Chris Higgins.
He's Chris Higgins.
Right.
I'll take your word for it, dude.
Yeah.
You should.
So yeah, Cologne will be really, really exciting. I don't think I'm gonna have like another podcast prime until Cologne is over, just because I don't think there's gonna be like anything to really talk about other than what we just covered. Because there's Cologne's coming in. What? Let me check my calendar really quick. Well, 3
2
weekends
weeks?
from now. So yeah, until we have something to discuss. So I'm looking forward to Cologne a lot, just as a stream monster.
Yeah. I hope they promote it again and it gets viewers
Mm-hmm.
and we can show off
Mm-hmm.
for lots of people.
Yeah. And then also hopefully at PAX East, there's they fly people out for a show match or something. Just kind of show off.
I'm gonna be at PAX East. You guys should come to PAX East.
Dude, I don't know if I'm going to PAX East.
I think they'll do like a CC thing for PAX East.
Maybe. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think they will. I think that PAX East, whatever they do at PAX East, will definitely be CC.
So remember, they during the Q&A with Cardell or Anuvin, they had they leaked or announced the date of the next big patch, which is when everything's shifting to Coast City, and that's in March. and PAX is like the first weekend of March. So
Yep.
like I asked
That's
if
probably
like,
it.
hey, is there gonna be like a playable demo of the new patch at PAX East? And they wouldn't like, they kind of dodged the question there.
Probably.
So
yeah,
like,
why would they demo something that's not going to be
So-
like what they're going to have?
yeah, so I would
Who's
like,
going to demo their product?
you know, I would like to see maybe like they fly out, you know, maybe you know, Brawl, and because Dignitas isn't going, you know, they said this is their last tournament or whatever for IC. Maybe like fly Brawl and C out to PAX East, and then like, you know, show match on Coast City. You know, show them.
Getting all these flights for free. Jesus.
It's not hard to fly Team C out to Boston. Like, it's probably cheaper to fly Team C to Boston than anything.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think Brawl's that hard to fly out either for the most part, because three of your 5 members live in Florida, right?
No, just 2.
Oh.
2 people live in Cali.
Yeah, Biggie and Genre.
But GS lives in Boston, so...
No, I live in Miami.
Oh, you live in Miami? I thought you lived in Boston. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Telly lives in Ohio, I forgot.
Yeah, Tully's right
He lives
there.
in-
Yeah, so
Oh, that's close.
that would be cool to like, you know, have like Brawl and C fly out and just like have show matches, you know, maybe stream those, cast those as well. Yeah, I would like to go. Hint hint Turbine. I mean, I went last year, so that was cool. But I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to go this year, but if not, you know, it's whatever. But, you know, PAX East, Turbine has confirmed that they will have a presence there, so...
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be something cool, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's it for stuff to talk about in the IC scene. Unless someone has something they want to bring up really quick.
I don't know.
Well,
Are we
wait.
gonna?
Let's wait for shoutouts. Let's wait for shoutouts.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my god, really?
Do we have nothing to talk about? I'm trying to see if like we have anything.
I feel like we could have talked about like the EU players a little more, but I don't know
Yeah.
if anybody has anything to add.
All right, we could do that.
Sure, he has plenty.
All right, go for it.
Go for it.
I have plenty. Okay. I mean, the EU top laners are, like, as a group, they're probably mechanically better than the NA top laners. But their decision making is much different. And it's, I guess it's hard for me to objectively say that ours decision making is better.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know. Like, they don't take camps, for example, and then they die a lot. NA top laners don't really die.
Mhm.
Particularly me and Telly, we don't die so much.
Right.
I don't know,
So-
man.
So, Joe, do you
I
have
don't know,
something
man.
to
I don't know,
object to
man.
that?
I don't know, your protege was dying a lot in the regionals. I'm just saying.
He's a fucking nerd, dude. Don't worry, dude. He got grounded after that. Don't worry.
I love how you just talk about your protege. He's just like, oh yeah, he's a
Yeah,
fucking
he's shit.
nerd.
He's
Yeah,
a
he
work in
sucks.
process. He's young. He is 17, and he started playing MOBAs about a year and a half ago.
So in terms of actual age, he's 4, right?
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Jin,
For-
Mr. Jin is 5. He's 4.
For
I'm saying,
us, Leo,
in terms of people who've been playing MOBAs, like he's like very, very young. Like most people have been playing MOBAs for more than, or like he's been playing for less than 2 years.
Yeah.
And most people are like much more experienced than that who are in the pro scene. So
like I think Swagatron is his rising talent, so I'm looking forward to kind of watching him rise. So hopefully he'll stick with the game and keep playing.
he'll do whatever I tell him to.
Oh man.
That's probably
it's
true.
like, alright, so I kind of envision it. So, you know, there's this old picture from when Chowster and Double Lift were, like, laning together. And, like, you just see the picture of Double Lift, but it, like, where his brain is supposed to be is just Chowster with the levers. Like, have you seen that picture?
I haven't.
So I kind of imagine that with Swagatron. Swagatron's just like, sitting there and like in his brain you're just like, do this. I'm telling you how to play the game. So.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's like my little brother. I've known him since he was like 5.
Aw, how cute.
Yeah.
I bet he's enjoying being called a fucking nerd.
Yeah. He doesn't fucking get to choose.
All right, GS, do you have anything to add about EU players? I want to know how you feel about Darky.
I think Darky's good.
Darky's good.
I think. Oh, like I might get hate for this, but I think Darky's really good. But he gets like a lot of love.
He does get a lot
like,
of love.
people. And I think like he's good, but he's not that good.
Ooh.
Damn.
I think GS is better than Darky for sure. I know GS can't say. I know GS can't say that because GS is GS.
Dude,
but
GS is so like.
I have no
GS is a
doubts in my
beast.
mind. I have no doubts in my mind that GS is better. I think GS is the best support player in the game.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, a
But
lot of
I
people
think
consider GS the best player of this game, kind of period.
Yeah. He
I
may or
do-
may
I-
not be the best player.
I definitely do agree with that. He's definitely at least top 2.
Yep.
Right
If
there with
not the best.
IGP.
I think the best player on Dignitas is actually their top laner. I think their jungler isn't far behind though. I think the scariest thing about Dignitas is their top laner and jungler by far, out of anyone else on their roster. But they're like overall they're like really good.
Okay.
Just those are like I think the 2 that stand out the most, at least for me.
I can, that's reasonable. That's definitely reasonable.
I'm not too sure about Epsilon though, because I haven't really seen them play that much. But I think
That's true.
Epsilon's bot lane is just, I think, pretty on par with Dignitas bot lane. And I think just all the solo laner and jungler is just subpar to Dignitas. That's why I think they haven't had much success against them. Yeah, that's already about it.
Yeah, they're jungler. I definitely agree with you on that one. The jungle.
Blood
seems
Dragon,
to
I
be-
think.
I'm definitely looking forward so much to the Dig Brawl matchup, just because I want to see like, how everybody matches up with everybody.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And there's been like a generous amount of shit talk.
Yeah.
So like it'll be
It's-
interesting.
It's been like kind of friendly. It's kind of friendly. Like it's not like, IGP going off. But it's I'm digging the trash talk. I'm always a huge fan of trash talk just because like it kind of adds like this, flavor to the matches and stuff. But like when it's IGP going off, like making IGP comments, sometimes they can be in bad taste.
I mean usually it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I don't know.
Sometimes.
All right.
I think IGP will easily beat all of the EU mid laners. I don't even think it'll be a contest.
I'm looking forward to that.
I can agree to that. I
I'm
think
looking-
EU mid laners are not that great. You just kind of play Joker, Sinestro, that's about it.
Yeah. IGP is really good. Don't tell him he's a cocky bastard.
He is a cocky bastard.
Uh,
Man.
IGP
He
sucks,
tells
dude.
himself, and he tells everybody else on the team that we're all
Yeah.
shit. Like he's like, you guys are
Yeah,
all
that-
bad. I
that's
carry
even
you every
better.
game.
Don't
That's
say that.
like one time he told me one time in my life. He said, "Hey Andrew, you're good, but only today. Tomorrow you're shit again." Like that's what he said to me. It was great. It was like
was that when we?
I can. Yeah, that was when we played the
game you
first
carried
monthly.
us?
Yeah, the first monthly.
All right, GS. How salty were you about that monthly we played that didn't count or whatever? That second game.
I honestly wasn't that salty. I was just mad because I was telling like the team, all we have to do is stick together so that one person
Yeah.
doesn't die, and they didn't do that. So I was just fucking mad with them. I was like, what are you guys doing?
You know,
Like, after it happened,
uh,
After it happened, everybody was like laughing, like, ha ha ha, look, that was funny, we almost had it. And I was like, oh, you guys know we lost, right? And they were like, what?
you know our Nexus is one hit, right?
Yeah, it was
Like-
like 20 health or something.
Yeah, not like a tank hit. Like a tank could have autoed it. It would have died.
Yeah.
It was fucking
I was
hilarious.
just like mad at them because they didn't listen.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
whatever. I think it was a pretty good game overall.
Andrew carried the shit out of us that game. I will admit. I don't usually say that, but he carried the shit out of us.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm like
love-
worthless.
Wow.
Like worthless to this team.
Dude,
Yeah.
you need to go to a team that appreciates you.
All
No,
right.
we clearly appreciate. He literally won that game by himself. The rest
But,
of us
like,
were just like jerking
Yo,
off.
just that one day they appreciate you. What do you think is gonna
You got
happen
his
like at
$500.
Cologne, man? Like what if IGP just goes off and he's like, all right, I'm carrying everybody. Like, dude,
Oh, he's gonna do that regardless.
Everybody else, you suck. Just get in my backpack. I'm doing this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the plan.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Dude, it sounds like an abusive relationship. Like it's just like he just calls you like shit and bad, and you're like,
I'm
he
sorry.
can change. I can change him. I'm like I'll stick around. Like
All right, now the team dynamic's kind of scary, but it's creepy.
I don't know. We were friends from high school. It's not even
yeah.
like
No, I
like
get
we
it.
know each other well enough to be like, you're fucking bad.
Uh,
Alright.
yeah.
So does anyone else have anything to add about EU players, or should we wrap up?
I don't like the EU junglers as much as GS does. I'll say that.
So
Feels like
Yeah,
the
it's
EU
pretty good.
junglers have like a lot more synergy, especially with their solo lanes.
That might be true. Yeah, cause like when IGP and I were like a duo, like there's a lot of synergy there, but Mystogen like never comes top, basically. So yeah, I agree with that.
Like they do like a lot of crazy shit. You know, like it makes sense. And it isn't even like, you know, like something like so like you know so like crazy that you know you didn't think about. It's so tough that you think about, but you have to like coordinate it a lot.
Right.
And they just like straight up do it all the time, and NA doesn't really do that. They just
Yeah.
like arm and then you know we'll team fight. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
But other than that, I don't think anything else really stands out about EU like that I've noticed. It's just that, which is I think the scariest part too.
So, do you have anything about like EU bot lanes or?
No, I don't like to say things because I don't want to look bad if I'm wrong. So I just like don't say anything. I'm
Alright.
like a pansy
Oh,
that way.
man.
So,
Are you going to beat the EU bot lanes?
yes.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. All right, so are you guys gonna have like access to like computers to like scrim right before or like before like a couple days before Cologne or?
I doubt it.
Man.
I mean,
I think we leave on the 12th, so the last day we're gonna scrim is probably gonna be on the 11th.
Mhm.
We leave and we get there. Probably not gonna do anything for the 13th. We get there early on the 14th and we warm up on the computers in the back. I think that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that should be enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Like you're not gonna. If you play a lot, like a couple of like the week going up to it, you don't need to play like
A small
the
break
day
is all-
before.
like right
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
I
just
think so.
curious because I didn't know if like Team C wanted to like scrim dig or something.
No,
No.
no.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it for IC stuff. Unless I've said this like 3 times, unless someone has like anything to bring up, but like we've covered Go 4, we've covered like champions, we've covered like competitive scene, we've covered like, you know, packs and stuff. So I feel like there's literally nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is going to be the end of Podcast Prime. Let's do some shout outs. So Katy Perry, kick us off with the shout outs.
Shout out to F3. Shout out to my teammates. Shout out to DC for letting me play. It was fun. Shout out to Mal. He hooked me up with DC, and he's been carrying my ass in LoL, I guess.
Oh, man.
That's it.
All right. Where did a cheery go? Is he grabbing something?
Maybe.
I think he's grabbing something. All right.
Oh, here it is.
All right, Achiri. What? All right. All right. So, Achiri, what are your shout-outs?
Of course, shout out to my boys on the squad as always. IGP, Kathis, Mistogen not represented here. Huge shout out to Play to Win, who is currently playing on the B team of Full Lewis in the GPL. So that's really cool. Play Team C representing in GPL. That's what I like to see. And of course, shout out to Mistogen's mom for always supporting us and tweeting about us and stuff. And she makes really tasty pastries. So shout out.
Have you had her pastries?
No, but you know what? Mistogen's about to help us out with that.
Oh, is he gonna bring some Is he gonna bring some food for you guys?
Yeah.
Some samples,
dude. I'm jealous. All right.
And of course, Andrew, you want to coordinate this with me? You got it, right?
All right. I got you, bro. I got you.
All right. Shout out to ICI Digital for hooking us up with swag, including these sick new Team C jerseys.
Whoa, man.
With the names on it. ICI Digital, their software consulting company, y'all. If you need some software development, check them out.
Dang, that's swaggy, dude. I dig it. So, Terry, do you have any shout-outs that you want to make?
Yeah, shout-outs to Kathy. Paul's not here to fuck this up, so shout-out to Kathy. Shout-outs to ICI Digital, obviously. And... yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
That's it.
GeeEss, you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout-outs to my teammates, shout-outs to Bro, and shout-outs to you guys.
Shout-outs to GeeEss.
GeeEss.
Yeah. Extra huge shout-out to GeeEss.
All right, so I'll wrap things up. Shout-outs to everybody who spent some time watching this. I know it's been a while since I've done this. It was supposed to be last week, but A, I was kind of ill-prepared, and B, I don't think I could get a lot of people on in time. So that was also my fault. Shout-outs to my guests for coming on. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it. Shout-outs to yeah, just shout-outs to everyone at home watching. So thank you guys for tuning in to episode 14 of Podcast Prime, and see you guys on the next episode.